What if the richest boxer in history was broke? That's not a rumor anymore. It's the question that's shaking the very foundation of Floyd Mayweather's legacy. For years, he strutted around as Money Mayweather, the walking symbol of luxury, invincibility, and undefeated greatness. But now, even his own father is sounding the alarm. Floyd Mayweather Sr. has joined the conversation, and he's not holding back. He says he warned his son, warned him about the flashy lifestyle, the reckless spending, the need to always prove he had more than anyone else. But like so many tragic stories in sports, the warning fell on deaf ears. Because when you're Floyd Mayweather Jr., why would you listen? You've beaten the world. You're undefeated, untouchable. Or at least, you were. Floyd Sr. has seen this all before. He's watched other fighters, brilliant in the ring, reckless outside it, blow through fortunes and end up with nothing. And he feared his son would be next. Not because Floyd wasn't making money, but because he never stopped spending it. Cars, homes, watches, lavish vacations. Floyd wasn't just rich. He was spending like he was allergic to having a savings account. His dad said it plain. This won't last forever. But his son didn't want to hear it, because Floyd wasn't living in reality. He was living in a brand. Let's talk about that brand, the $42 million scam. The wild rumors about fake investments, the reports that Floyd didn't put his money into portfolios, stocks, or even long-term businesses. Instead, he spent. And spent. And spent. He once bought 7 luxury cars in a single day. That included a $4.7 million Koenigsegg, just because he could. But here's the twist. He didn't even drive most of them. He hired staff to clean them daily, customized them for fun, stored them in temperature-controlled garages. Just maintenance. And storage ran him hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. That's not wealth. That's theater. His watches? $18 million for a single piece by Jacob & Co., iced out with 260 carats of emerald-cut diamonds. That's not a one-time splurge. That's a habit. Floyd once said that when he goes on vacation, he takes 30 watches with him, 1 for each day. And if the trip gets extended, he brings 10 more. That's not living. That's performing wealth like it's a show. And the real estate? Equally wild. His Las Vegas mansion is 22,000 square feet of pure opulence. Golden chandeliers, marble, floors, custom furniture. He supposedly bought a $25 million Beverly Hills estate with its own theater, wine cellar, and luxury guest house. But he barely lives in any of them. Some reports say he doesn't spend more than a few nights a year in certain properties. And this is the same man who once bragged he never wears the same underwear twice. Just that little quirk costs him over $6,000 a year. He also doesn't trust banks, so he carries $100,000 in cash with him. Everywhere. Cool flex? Maybe. But to financial experts, it's a red flag the size of Vegas. This is a man who made over $1.1 billion in his career. And yet here we are. In 2024, reports started circulating that he was burning through $75 million a year. Think about that. $75 million a year. Floyd Mayweather, the same man who once said he could never go broke, just paid $18 million in back taxes. Suddenly, those exhibition fights started to make sense. The Logan Paul money grab? He called it a legalized bank robbery, and he wasn't lying. He made millions for a few rounds with someone who isn't even a real boxer. And now he keeps doing more. More exhibitions, more gimmicks, more cash grabs. But here's what's different now. People aren't cheering. They're asking why. Why is a man who once made $300 million in a single night back in the ring fighting influencers? Why is he showing up at random clubs, promoting after parties like a local DJ? And why is Eddie Hearn, one of boxing's biggest promoters, saying Floyd needs the money? Hearn confronted him in person. Floyd pulled out receipts, insisted he was still rich. But the old Floyd wouldn't have even entertained the conversation. The need to defend himself like that? That was the first real crack in the armor. Then Joe Rogan jumped in. He said Floyd knows how to make money, but doesn't know how to keep it. And when someone with a platform like Rogan says that, people listen. Especially when it confirms what fans and insiders have quietly believed for years. Floyd's financial empire isn't built on bricks. It's built on optics. Mayweather tried to fight back against the rumors by talking about real estate. He claims he owns 62 buildings in New York. He even said he owns part of the Versace mansion in Miami. But Business Insider couldn't find any solid proof. Experts believe he might hold small symbolic stakes, if anything. And again, that's the problem. This isn't about assets. It's about image. And Floyd's image is no longer bulletproof. Even his WWE payday, a $20 million appearance at WrestleMania 24, feels different now. Back then, it was just Floyd having fun, crossing into entertainment. Now, it looks like a hustle. He fought the Big Show, knocked him out with brass knuckles, and walked away with a massive check. But it was staged. It wasn't boxing, it was spectacle. And spectacle is what Floyd lives off now. Not sport, not glory, just attention and money. But the money's running out. That's what people are saying. That's what Floyd Sr. feared. And that's what Floyd Jr. still refuses to admit. He keeps signing belts, posting videos with cash stacks, reminding the world that he's still money. But the desperation is starting to show. When 50 Cent joked, "Champ's selling his belts," it hit different this time. Not because it was cruel, but because it felt real. And then came the global backlash. In late 2023, Floyd posted an image of himself boarding a jet filled with emergency supplies marked with the Israeli flag. He said it was humanitarian aid, but fans weren't buying it. In the middle of the Israel-Gaza crisis, the move felt tone-deaf, performative, especially for someone who hadn't publicly acknowledged the suffering in Palestine. Amir Khan, the British-Pakistani boxing star, didn't hold back. He accused Floyd of using a tragedy for headlines, said he wasn't doing it for peace, just clout. The post went viral, but for all the wrong reasons, and Floyd's already fragile image took another massive hit. Because when your entire empire is built on being untouchable, even one misstep is dangerous. But this was more than a misstep. It was a reminder that fame and wealth don't protect you from public opinion. And when that opinion turns, you can't buy your way out. And now we're seeing it happen in real time. Lawsuits, unpaid, staff, real estate schemes, delayed payments, gambling debt, you name it. It's all being whispered, shouted, dissected across the internet. Floyd posts a picture of himself chilling in a Rolls Royce, says he's watching old fights. But fans aren't focused on the car. They're focused on the fact that he has to keep proving he's still rich, and that's the irony. The more he proves it, the less people believe it. Sure, Mayweather still claims his real estate investments are paying him monthly. He says he gets $50,000 on the 18th of every month. But that claim feels more like nostalgia than reality. Especially when he's promoting crypto, exhibition fights, nightclub appearances, and everything else under the sun. This isn't generational wealth behavior. This is hustle mode, and fans can feel it. But here's the thing. Floyd Mayweather will always be a legend inside the ring. That can't be taken away. 50 wins, 0 losses, 15 world titles, generational talent, one of the greatest defensive fighters to ever live. But outside the ring, the empire looks fragile. And no amount of signed belts or iced-out watches can change that. Because the IRS doesn't care about knockouts, your investors don't care about undefeated records, and money, no matter how much of it you made, always runs out, if you treat it like it never will. So now, fans are asking the question that used to be unthinkable. Is Floyd Mayweather broke? He says no, but the signs say something else. And the world is watching. What do you think? Is Floyd still hiding millions behind closed doors? Or is this the slow unraveling of a man who flew too close to the sun? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.